Marcus received the same song request from the same phone number every night. For 15 years, he had started waiting for the phone to ring at exactly 02:47, but phone company records showed that number had been disconnected 25 years ago. Tonight was different because for the first time, the woman said something else. Marcus, it's time to come home. From which city around the world are you watching this video today? Write it in the comments. And if you believe unexplained connections are real, don't forget to subscribe. In Detroit, the small radio station WKRP-FM in the old industrial district kept company with the city's lonely souls in the depths of night. The station's night DJ, Marcus Coleman, was a 52-year-old divorced man. For 15 years, he had been sitting in the same booth, behind the same microphone. Marcus's night show started at 01 Dwar and ended at 06 Mo. During the city's quietest hours, he played the deepest songs, blues, jazz, classic rock, music that touched people's souls. Every night at 02:47, his phone would ring. Marcus had started waiting for it. He would answer the phone and always hear the same woman's voice. Soft, melodic, but equally sad. "Hello, Marcus," the woman would say. "Can you play Tonight I Wanna Cry?" The Keith Whitley version. Marcus always gave the same response. Of course, playing it right now. As soon as the song ended, the woman would hang up. She never thanked, never said goodbye. Only silence remained. This routine had continued for 15 years. Marcus had started anticipating that phone call. At 02:45, he would step away from the microphone, stand by the phone. It would ring right on time. Station manager David Rodriguez was curious about Marcus's obsession. One day he asked, "Marcus, who calls you every night at 02:47? "A regular listener," Marcus said. "Always requests the same song. For 15 years? "Yes, almost." David found it strange, but didn't ask more. Marcus did his job well, and listener numbers were good. But what was really odd was what the station's technician, Jake Morrison, discovered. While checking the phone system, Jake noticed something strange. "Marcus," he said one evening, "can you tell me anything about that caller at 02:47? "Like what?" "I pulled the phone company records. This number was disconnected 25 years ago." Marcus stopped. "What do you mean?" "I mean, this number doesn't belong to anyone anymore. It was cancelled in 1999, but you're still receiving calls." Marcus was confused. "That's impossible. She calls every night." Jake shrugged. "That's what the records show. Maybe it's a phone company error." But Marcus couldn't rest easy. That night, he waited for 02:47. The phone rang. He answered. "Hello, Marcus," said the familiar voice. "Can you play Tonight I Wanna Cry?" This time, Marcus tried something different. "Who are you? What's your name?" There was silence on the other end. Then the woman softly said, Sarah Mitchell." Marcus noted the name. He played the song. Sarah hung up. The next day, Marcus began researching Sarah Mitchell. He searched Detroit phone directories. He examined old records, and he found the terrible truth. Sarah Mitchell died in 1999 at age 28. Car accident. Date of death, October 15th, 1999. Phone number, the same number that called Marcus every night. Marcus's hand began to tremble. This was impossible. How could he be talking to a dead person? That evening, he didn't want to go to work, but he had to. He waited for 02:47 with curiosity and fear. The phone rang. Marcus hesitated. He answered. "Hello, Marcus," said Sarah's voice. Calm as always. "Sarah," Marcus said in a shaky voice. Are you real?" "What is real, Marcus?" "You hear me?" "I hear you." "Isn't that enough?" Marcus's heart was racing. "But you died in 1999. Sarah laughed softly. "The body died, Marcus, but love doesn't die. Love for music never dies." "What do you call me?" "Because you understand music. You play that song to feel it, not just to fill time." Marcus's eyes filled with tears. "Why the same song for 15 years?" "Because that song was the last I heard. The radio was on in the car. I was listening to your voice. Keith Whitley was playing. Then everything went dark." Marcus understood now. "Were you listening that night?" "Yes. It was my last night. And that song stayed in my soul." Marcus was crying now. "I'm sorry, Sarah. I wish I could have protected you that night." "Nobody can protect anybody, Marcus. But you kept me alive for 15 years. You were with me every night." That night, Marcus talked with Sarah for a long time. Sarah told him about her life. She said she was a music teacher, that she loved children very much. She talked about her family, her dreams. Marcus also talked about himself. He said he was divorced, lonely, that music was everything to him. "You know, Marcus," Sarah said, "you don't just play music, you touch souls. You find lost souls like me." This conversation deeply affected Marcus, but it also frightened him. Talking to a dead person wasn't normal. The following days, Marcus shared the matter with the station's psychiatrist, Dr. Amanda Chen. Dr. Chen received that with skepticism. "Marcus, this is a very stressful situation. Maybe you're having hallucinations. Working night shifts for 15 years can affect the mind." But Marcus insisted. "Doctor, I clearly hear that woman's voice. She talks to me. Our brain can sometimes create things that aren't real, especially in cases of loneliness and fatigue." Marcus wasn't convinced. Sarah was real. The connection he made with her was real. Weeks passed. Marcus and Sarah continued talking every night. Sarah told Marcus things about life after death. "Time works differently here, Marcus. Past, present, future are intertwined. Are you suffering, Sarah?" "No, I just feel longing. I miss live, touch, feel." These conversations deeply affected Marcus, but they were also changing him. He began to become more sensitive, more understanding. Listeners started writing letters to the station. Marcus's broadcasting style had changed. He was playing more heart, more emotional music. He was touching people's souls more. "This man is the soul of the night," wrote one listener. "His voice heals me." David Rodriguez Rodriguez noticed the change in Marcus. "Marcus, you've been different lately. You seem more peaceful." Marcus smiled. "Maybe I found my real friend." But everything had an end. After 15 years, Sarah was going to tell Marcus something important. That night, the phone rang as usual, but Sarah's voice was different, more peaceful, calmer. "Marcus," she said, "this is our last conversation tonight." Marcus's heart tightened. "Why?" "Because it's time for me to go now." "Where are you going?" "I don't know, but I'm at peace now. I waited for you for 15 years, Marcus. You kept me company. You eased my loneliness." Marcus was crying. "You eased mine too, Sarah." "Marcus, you're a very good person. You managed to touch people's souls. Keep doing that." "Will I be able to see you again?" "I don't know, but we're always together in music, Marcus. I'm in every song you play." "Sarah, I want to tell you something." "Tell me." "I loved you. I never saw you, but I loved you." Sarah was silent for a long time. Then she said, "I loved you too, Marcus. You were the most beautiful part of my last 15 years. That night, Sarah made one last request of Marcus. "Will you play Tonight I Wanna Cry one last time? But this time, play it for yourself." Marcus played the song. When the song ended, Sarah softly said, "Goodbye, Marcus," and hung up. Marcus held the phone in his hand. He knew it would never ring again. The next night at 02:47, Marcus waited for the phone. It didn't ring. It didn't ring the next night either. It never rang. Marcus's first reaction was sadness, but then he began to feel something different. Peace. He knew Sarah was now at peace. Marcus's broadcasting style changed. It deepened even more. Now he wasn't just playing music. He was guiding souls. Night listeners would tell him their problems, and he would answer them with music. Jake Morrison came to Marcus a few weeks later. "I found something about that phone issue." "What did you find?" "I examined Sarah Mitchell's file. That car accident happened at 02:47. Marcus took a deep breath. "Everything was connected." "There's something else," Jake said. The accident scene report. Sarah was listening to music in the car. The radio was tuned to WKRP-FM. "You were on shift that night." Marcus understood. Sarah was listening to him that night. In her final moment, Marcus's voice was in her ears. Months passed. Marcus no longer waited for Sarah, but he didn't forget her. Every time he played Tonight I Wanna Cry, he remembered Sarah. One day, an elderly woman came to the station. Elena Mitchell, Sarah's mother. "Are you Marcus?" she asked. "Yes. How can I help you?" "I want to talk about my daughter, Sarah." Marcus's heart stopped. "Did you know Sarah? She was my daughter. I lost her in 1999. Elena told Marcus Sarah's story. She said she was a music teacher, that she loved WKRP-FM very much, especially the night broadcasts. "Sarah was listening to your program that night," Elena said. "The last song you played was Tonight I Wanna Cry. Sarah loved that song very much." Marcus's eyes filled with tears. "Did Sarah ever mention me?" "Yes. She always said, that man really understands music. It's like he's talking to my soul." Elena had Sarah's photo in her hand. A beautiful young woman, smiling. Sarah always said she wanted to meet that DJ someday, but she never got the chance. Marcus looked at the photo. He was seeing Sarah's face for the first time. For 15 years, he had only heard her voice. "Can I tell you something?" Marcus said. Elena nodded. Marcus told Elena about his paranormal experience with Sarah. Elena was initially skeptical, but Marcus told it so sincerely that she began to believe. Sarah was always a spiritual girl, Elena said. She believed in life after death. Maybe she really did communicate with you. When Elena left, she left something with Marcus. Sarah's diary. "I want this to stay with you. Sarah loved your music very much." That night, Marcus read Sarah's diary. The pages contained dozens of notes about WKRP-FM and Marcus. The DJ's voice is so warm. It's like he really understands. He played Tonight I Wanna Cry. Tonight. It was exactly the song I want. I want to meet him someday and thank him. The last page deeply affected Marcus. "If I ever die, I want his voice to be the last voice I hear." Marcus understood now. Sarah's soul had remained attached to him for 15 years because Marcus was Sarah's companion in her final moment. But now Sarah had found peace. She no longer needed anything to hold on to. Marcus made a special program for Sarah in that night's broadcast. He played Sarah's favorite songs. He never mentioned Sarah by name, but listeners understood this was for someone special. "Tonight we're remembering a friend," Marcus said into the microphone. "She's no longer with us, but her spirit lives on in music. Thanks to music, none of us really die." At the end of the program, Marcus played Tonight I Wanna Cry for the last time. That night, the phone didn't ring, but Marcus didn't feel alone. Sarah's spirit continued to live in music. Years passed. Marcus retired, but he never forgot Sarah. He became friends with Elena Mitchell. Every year on Sarah's death anniversary, they would do a memorial program together. Marcus experienced other paranormal encounters in the following years. He received calls from other dead listeners, but none were as impactful as Sarah. Sarah had taught Marcus something important. Music is not just sound. Music is the bridge that connects souls. The bridge between the living and the dead. Marcus never forgot this truth until the end of his life, and every time he heard Tonight I Wanna Cry, he remembered Sarah's voice. This story teaches us this: real connections don't end with death. Love, music, memories are immortal, and sometimes, in the most unexpected ways, our lost loved ones continue to communicate with us. Music is the universal language. It's the common ground for the living and the dead, and maybe right now, our deceased loved ones are listening to us. If you like this story, don't forget to subscribe. We're here for unexplained connections and healing stories.